So this was a very unique opportunity for me, and in fact many people, or very few people, ever get this chance. Billy Joel has been on his current tour since December, and he doesn't plan to quit until early April. That's a year and a half on the road, hundreds of cities and hundreds of stages. And it takes hundreds of people to perfect every performance. We begin our tour 5 days before the Giant Stadium concert as we go backstage, Billy Joel.
This particular crew is, I may be prejudiced, but they are the best of the best.
Here at Giant Stadium, when football packs it up, rock and roll packs them in. But setting up for Billy Joel is no easy feat.
You got it.
We're always coming into a stadium, and we have to bring the big stage in.
Ed Swink's company builds stages for a variety of events around the world. When he moves into a city, he hires local hands to construct the stage.
I need more.
Billy Joel's stage is made up of 160 tons of steel. It takes the 50 men and women working here 4 long days to build the structure. When complete, this rock stage stands 62 feet high, 208 feet wide, and 96 feet deep.
What's a New Jersey song? Life is crazy since I left New Jersey.
Here's where the major rock action will be going on, right here. Here's a screen, here's a screen. Little runway here and a dance floor. We call this a screamer.
What is that?
Just a place for Billy to go out and scream.
A pair of weekend concerts sold out within a day and a half. But sometimes last-minute tickets can become available.
I can accommodate 8640.
And that's how many you've got ordered.
So
Okay, we'll have to get some more because there's going to be extra space.
Giants. How about a Giant song?
I don't know any Giant song.
How about any They won't know that one.
Send it. Get it, girl? Yeah.
Bethia Bryce used to be an executive secretary, but she decided steelwork was a lot more fun.
What's so fun about it? Look around you. Look around you, child. Look at all this beefcake. Beefcake for miles.
Giant. There is no song. How about a Jets?
When you're a Jet, you're a Jet.
Hey, Benny and the Jets.
Benny and the Jet.
Yeah, but then you get all the Giant fans booing.
Okay, Ken?
Okay, that's good, Jenny. Black.
It takes a lot of hard work to change this from a football field into a rock and roll show.
Jim Miner is the tour director behind the scenes alongside the star, making sure the tour runs as smoothly as possible, from the contracts to the promoters to the bookings. Jim also handles some of the more intimate details.
Christy usually be down by the stage. And, but the band's wives that have young children will be up here. Billy's mother most likely watch from up here.
Please rise for the New Jersey State song. By day we sweat it out on the streets of a runaway American dream.
Jim Miner also deals with the stadium to set down the basic ground rules.
The only thing I will say is I don't want people being told to sit down. To get off the chairs is one thing, I understand, but if people want to stand up and the old lady behind them screaming that this isn't Barry Manilow.
On concert day, the road crew rolls up to the stadium in fully equipped buses. This one sleeps 9. So this is how you guys live? I mean,
Yeah, well, we have a microwave here, you know, a Beta, VHS, CD player.
Oh, wow.
You know, 25-inch TV.
What about So It Goes? Well, where would you want to put that So It Goes? The very end.
The very end. After
What do you
Piano
think?
Man?
What do you think?
No, before. You can't follow Piano Man.
Recess. Give me a cookie. It's recess time. Milk and cookies.
Actually, the working crew is treated to a hot catered meal every day. Gordy Hebler is the caterer to major rock stars, the Rolling Stones, Bruce Springsteen, and most recently, Billy Joel.
No one wants inconsistency from city to city. So what they do is you get to know the people. You get to know your vegetarians. You get to know the people that don't eat certain types of meat. You get to know their favorites, and you try to make them feel, as rough as it is traveling from city to city, that someone cares about them and it's like home out here.
Okay,
which
Gordy,
is scary.
Tell me, Gordy, what is Billy Joel's favorite?
It's really, I don't know that Billy Joel really has a favorite. He's not a very demanding guy.
This is an audible. Giant Stadium, I'm calling audible.
Hey, actually, guys, fellas, There shouldn't be a rail there.
Bobby Boomer Thrasher is production manager, the man who basically ties Billy Joel's entire production together.
Boomer, this is a good setup.
He makes us pay for all these nice things he says about us.
You're great. You're probably some of the greatest guys.
He's, well, maybe not that great.
Sean McGovern, in particular, probably #1 in my book.
You're our inspiration, boss.
Billy Joel doesn't hire and fire crew members from town to town or tour to tour like many artists. So they're practically like family.
Yeah, and just like a big family, after a while everybody starts getting on each other's nerves. You know, everybody loves each other, but after a while, you know, you want to take a vacation. This is Steve Cohen. Well, how long you been with me now?
16 years.
16 years.
I had hair when...
He had hair.
What I do is I develop a framework of what I think certain songs have as looks. For example, Allentown, the color is red, white, and blue. It's Allentown, it's America.
Ricky LaPointe, better known as Chainsaw, cares for all the guitars.
Strings have to be changed. You know, like on stage, there's a lot of sweat on the strings, and it just eats the silver off the strings, so they tarnish. And once the silver is gone, then they break real easy.
These guys are like clockwork. They're on it. They know exactly what to do. It takes them maybe about 5 minutes for something that's really extreme from the crewmen themselves. Huh?
Chainsaw's picked.
Wife Christy and daughter Alexa also lend their support, especially when Billy's playing so close to home.
I read the news today, oh boy, about a lucky man who made the grade.
All I know is, if this is my job, they're all here, okay, all right, we're all here, we're having a good time, and let's do it, let's work.
Tomorrow night we'll give you a backstage pass to Billy Joel's concert. You'll see how the crew works on.
Check, 1, 2, 2. Yo, 1, 2, 2. Hey, hey.
I think everybody's love deep down is doing a rock and roll concert.
It's about a half hour before Billy Joel's giant stadium concert. The fans begin to fill the seats, and lighting designer Steve Cohen gives the spotlight operators their assignments.
Spot 1, on Billy. Joe.
I'll talk to them before and tell them basically what's going to go on, and then they wear headsets throughout the show, and I then call the rest of the cues.
The technicians tune the instruments up to the last minute, even the drums.
Heat and humidity changes the tuning all day long, just like with the guitars.
As showtime nears, the lighting crew begins to panic. Explain for me what the problem is.
Okay, we've got 2 spotlights up there, and they're chipping fuses at the moment.
Showtime is like now.
Sorry, every time you climb that ladder now, it's like pressure.
The problem grew. Not only were the lights trouble, but the intercom system went down, cutting off ground to spotlight communication. The band waited. The crowd waited. And the production manager demanded answers.
What are you doing? What's going on out there? Hey! What's going on down with the ladder?
But the show must go on, and it did, minus a few lights. And when the piano man hit the stage, the fans didn't have a clue that anything was wrong. Billy considers his crew as important as the performance.
When we're on stage, it's their show. They're presenting us.
Every time the audience goes crazy, there's a part of that I take home with me. And there's no thrill like that.
People wonder, you know, how can you still get up for the show, you know? But I do. Every night I really get excited.
Some crew members do get a chance to perform on stage, singing the chorus to Good Night, Saigon. The musicians not only trust Ricky Chainsaw LaPointe with their guitars, they trust him to keep the stage safe.
See, we have problems with beach balls getting thrown on stage, and I really don't like them a lot because they tend to knock guitars over and interfere with things.
I depend on them a lot. I mean, you see all this stuff hanging here.
I mean, somebody messes up, and it could be dangerous. That's why I like working with these guys. I know we're safe. I know there's a lot of security.
Backstage, or in this case, under the stage, you can see how this busy crew holds the performance together. Dave Hoffbauer handles the percussion instruments, as well as Liberty DeVito's drums.
He just bashes the stuff out every night. We go through about 2 dozen drumsticks a night. The snare drum usually lasts 2 nights, and the tom-toms last 2 to 3 nights.
This backstage view is extremely rare. In fact, even those with backstage passes are not allowed where our camera ventured.
Posers, people that think they're important and aren't.
Why do you have these signs posted at every entrance
To keep people that aren't allowed under the stage out from under there, because we're working under there, and all they do is come in and get in our way.
The people who have been around longer sometimes have the edge over even the musicians, because the road guys are the vets. You know, the new guys are the rookies. That's the way it works in any team. It's a team.
Good team.
Yeah, we made it to Giant Stadium, so we're in the majors.
At times, Billy really puts his technicians to the test, like on the first day of this tour, when Billy broke nearly all the black keys off his piano.
He does the song Extremes, and kind of went to extremes on that song. I've never seen anyone break sharps like that. And I just had to hot foot out with the super glue during the show and hope that he didn't get on his fingers while he's playing. That would have been a nice effect, wouldn't it?
Another person backstage who the crowd strains to get a glimpse of but rarely sees is Billy's own uptown girl, Christy Brinkley, working on her home video collection. Despite Billy Joel's staggering success, he told me he never consciously wonders why while on stage. But in quieter moments...
Yeah, there's a lot of head shaking that goes on. I said, wait a minute, what are all these people doing here? But you know what? If that thought occurs to someone in the middle of a show, they're in big trouble.
The concert over, Billy and the band take off. But the work's far from over for the crew. Before the fans have even left, the mad scramble to break down the stage begins.
Number 15. Unplug them and start rolling them up.
Gonna put this steel in there. Carry 2 pieces at a time. Here's your replacement, quick.
The local stagehands worked through the night alongside the band's crew. And by the following morning, traces of the concert had nearly disappeared.
Slack!
This stage, which took 4 days to set up, comes down in just 1 day. Meanwhile, another steel crew in another city is setting up yet another stage for Billy and his band.
Trying to go home now. How about that? We've actually made a career out of this, haven't we?
And what a career it's been. Billy and the band are now in Europe. They'll then head to the West Coast, fly off to Japan, Australia, New Zealand, and maybe Hawaii. And who knows, maybe even make it back to this area before he wraps up the Stormfront tour in early April.
Oh.
We don't know that for sure, but it's a possibility.
Would be nice. I'm a very, very big Billy Joel fan. We assume that he's such a nice, kind, sensitive guy from his lyrics. Did you get the impression that he's really like that?
I really do. It maybe sounds a little bit cliche, but he is truly a very nice person, very cooperative. We had much greater access than I ever expected,
Yeah, I
mainly
was
due
struck
to his
by that.
friendliness. Yeah, it was. He was
It's incredible.
very,
It's
very
incredible.